Hello, baby.
Hello, nasty. Hello there.
Hello.
I say hello.
Hello, friend.
Well, hello, little girl.
Hello, my treacherous friends.
Hello, operator.
The beginning of everything.
Welcome back, my friends.
It's showtime.
Hey everybody, welcome to episode 321 of The Brink of Sanity. It is just me, who is Jay, and Mark today.
Why don't you do the show just by yourself? And just have the show be you doing negative work stories.
I've tried doing solo shows. It's really, really hard. I respect people who can do that and make it entertaining. I tried it once, and I had a list of like 20 things, and when there's no back and forth, like I blew through them in about 15 minutes, and I'm like, okay, this didn't work out at all.
Which one did you try? You tried the Brink one yourself or the Knicks one yourself?
Both.
Oh, I'd like to hear those episodes. Are they up?
No, the Knicks one is up. The Brink one I didn't even post because it was just stupid.
Do you remember which Knicks one? I just love to hear because it probably is such terrible dead air. No offense, because I don't think I could possibly do it myself either. It's just weird not having someone to bounce stuff off of.
Yeah, I think people sensed it. It's within the first 100 episodes. It was like, I don't know. People seem to have sniffed it out because it's our least downloaded episode. We have 470 episodes. That is the least downloaded one.
Well, it says saying it's supposed to be Jay and Mark. They just saw Jay and they're like, Team Mark, see you later.
Apparently, if there's no Mark, there's no show.
Yeah. I feel like the Brink, the Knicks one, in theory, if you had to do one by yourself, I think the Knicks one would be a little easier.
A little bit,
yeah. The Brink one, this one would be pretty weird to do by yourself. And when you hear guys on the radio who could do shows themselves and just make it entertaining, I'm always really impressed.
Yeah, because especially with a show like this, where, like, when I tell a story, I know it's going well if I hear you laughing. If I'm telling a story and then I pause and there's just silence, it throws me off and it gets awkward, and then I just kind of move on to the next story.
I also think stories also, like, they work best. I know you like just to tell a story. I think stories work best if they're interrupted a lot and they go places you don't expect.
To a point, yes.
Yeah, no, I just feel like when you make lots of things, like you really develop a story, I feel like it's better.
Yeah, no, we've had short stories that we've stretched out, and it's been some of my favorite segments, yeah.
Yeah. That being said, want to hear a story, Jay?
Sure.
So
do you want me to just have no reaction, see how it goes?
Just no reaction. Just let me go through it, and you'll be like, we're done with your story. Now it's my story, my turn.
I'm going to continue to drink Happy Water, and I'll just put my mic on mute. We'll see how it goes.
What is Happy Water again?
It is also known as soju. It's really popular in Asia, especially Korea, and it's made out of fermented rice. And it's clear, and it comes in what looks like a water bottle, and it hardly has any taste, but it has like 20% alcohol. It gets you trashed.
Can you taste the alcohol?
A little. It tastes like a very watered down vodka, but if you put it in anything, like even a plain seltzer, you don't taste a thing.
Oh, so it's like a date rape drug.
Pretty much. It's like, I don't know what, and it's a happy drunk too. Well, it better be. It's called Happy Water. So.
Do you like when strangers talk to you?
It depends. Sometimes I won't be expecting it, and it'll be just a simple interaction, and I'll just totally flub it. And other times I'll be in a good mood, and we'll have a fun back and forth. So I guess it depends on my mood and in this situation.
I would totally agree. Yeah, it's definitely dependent on your mood and how they go about it also. If they go about, like, if for whatever reason they like kind of like have an opener, like, oh, hey, like, oh, excuse me. Something that like prepares you that they're about to talk to you, it's easier, right?
Yeah, I'm kind of bad. Like if I'm at my office and it's a big company, so there's people that I only know by like face and I've never said a word to, and I pass them in the hall and they have like some witty quip or something, like I'll just be so flustered. I'll just like nod and keep walking. Like, I won't even know how to answer it.
I agree. Like anyone has a full comment for someone I don't know, I'm not expecting to talk to, just jumps in front of me and goes, gives me a full like, hey, where'd you get those laces from? Something bizarre. You're like, I don't know. Oh,
yeah,
I'll talk to you later. Like that throws
abort.
me off. And it's one thing I feel like if that happens at work, we don't know someone, or in a more comfortable setting.
Yeah.
What if it happens in the subway? Does that make you like? Does that throw you off a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, really anywhere. It's like sometimes they're being totally friendly and they make a cool comment, and I'm just like, I'm just not ready for it, and yeah.
I had a morning meeting for work. It was at a coffee shop, and I'm meeting with someone, and like I get a nice meeting. While I'm there, I feel like I generally drink like kind of weak coffee, and I got a coffee there that was kind of strong.
Hmm.
So I'm in the meeting, I'm already like kind of like almost twitching because like the coffee's stronger than I expected. So I have a little bit of like, when you're like over caffeinated.
Yeah.
So over caffeinated. Meeting ends. Say goodbye. Goodbye. Go to the subway because I'm gonna head back. I'm downtown. I'm gonna head back up to my office. And I'm carrying one of those resume folders because I have some stuff for the meeting. There's like carried there. I have the coffee cup with me. So like I'm carrying something in each hand. I get to the subway where you like swipe in,
Hmm.
and I've got to take out my wallet. Take out my wallet, but now I'm kind of trying to balance everything. Pull out my wallet, and I swipe, and nothing happens. Okay, I'm like, I swipe again, nothing happens. I swipe again, nothing happens. And some woman just comes right in my face and is just like, you're blocking the subway, the turnstile. People are coming out the other way. I'm in a hurry. What are you doing? And I was just like completely thrown off. Like I was already a little jittery from the coffee.
Hmm.
This person just comes up to me and just like in my face and immediately it's like, you're blocking the subway. People coming out the other way. What are you doing?
Were you swiping too fast because you were caffeinated?
I mean, and I'm sitting here. I'm like, my first thought is, what am I doing? Am I just not? Do I not know how to use the subway? Like, I was like, okay, wasn't working. I move out of the way, and then also there was 3 turnstiles. By the time I moved out of the way, the other turnstiles are empty. I just go through them. But she goes to swipe, and she's like, it's not working. I'm like, yeah, it's not working. What the hell's wrong with you?
Maybe you shouldn't have been a bitch.
Yeah, and I swiped the other one, worked fine. I went into the subway. And I'm just like, why do people have to be in like? What was the point of this interaction with her? Did she think I was really just like camped out and just like trying to block our path to the subway?
Well, some people really don't know how to swipe.
Yeah, no, I understand that. But if they have trouble swiping, your reaction shouldn't be, "Hey, what the fuck are you doing?" It's, "Oh, can I help you?"
Yeah.
If they're in your way, you could just like try to help them through. Maybe they're a tourist in a city of like 8 billion tourists. Like maybe they have problem doing it. But I'm like, what did she think I was doing there? Like I was gonna, I'm trying to ruin her day by blocking your path to the subway.
Well, New York is not a very friendly city.
Yeah, I found it just like a bizarre. Yeah, I just found it a pretty bizarre reaction. I think the rest, I got into the subway. And I'm like, why the fuck did that woman have to talk to me? I was so annoyed. I was just like, what the hell? And she was completely wrong. Like, she's wrong for saying it to me. Then she goes to do it, finds out it's broken, just like I was demonstrating to her.
Yeah, I don't know. It's
So if you see me on the subway and you don't know me, please don't talk to me. Even if you know me, you have to start with some kind of intro like, oh, hey. Don't start with something that's going to be clever because that'll just fuck me up.
yeah. I was getting a muffin for breakfast the other day, and I wear a Led Zeppelin hat. And normally, I just say what I want. I hand the money, and they hand me the muffin. I walk away, and this guy's like, "Oh, every time I see your hat, it reminds me of Black Dog," and he's naming all these Led Zeppelin songs. And I was just like, I can't do this right now.
You're like, I forgot I was wearing that hat, sir.
Yeah, I was just like, cool.
You're like, that's Can we not start with mid-conversation with you?
But like an hour later, I would have been like, "Oh yeah, blah blah," and name some other songs and had a conversation. I wasn't expecting it, and it was, I was still foggy from the morning, and it just wasn't working.
Did you wish you could pull like a George Costanza and go back and go, "Oh, you're the other Led Zeppelin fan."
Right.
Yeah, I actually also after we went through, I was like, I didn't really have much of it. I didn't really say much. I wish I was like I could have turned to her and go, "Oh, it's not working, bitch." Oh, that's what's going on.
Yeah,
but I did.
I know you always think of like the really good comebacks. Like an hour later, you're like, "God damn it."
Yeah. As the George, you watch Seinfeld, right? You know what I'm referencing. Yeah. How are you doing? Otherwise, anyone stopping on the street to talk to you?
No, not recently. Although I decided that I am just going to go full troll mode at work, and I'm just trolling everybody.
Okay.
So we had a team meeting, and their big new thing is that they want us to take online courses, continuing education on what they don't even care what. They just want us to take something. And
Why do they want you to do this?
they said it shows that you're interested in the company, and if you don't, we're not saying you have to, but if you don't, you might not have a future with this company because it shows you're not interested. But you don't have to. But you might not have a job if you don't. So
Did you just say like I do have no future here? I hate this place.
right. So
Do anyone any more demonstration? Like you see the look on my face every day. You need like you need more proof.
well, I'm also sitting there thinking like I got an MBA and a CPA, and it did nothing for my career at this company. Do you think me taking like an intro course to something online is gonna boost? Basically, what I think happened is the CEO said he wanted employees to do that, and the managers are trying to get everybody to do it, and they'll get a bonus if we do it, but we get nothing.
Do you get like does the course get reimbursed?
Yes, and there's also free courses. So
Okay. It'd be great if you were like, oh, I think highly of this place. Do you guys mind reimbursing me for clown school?
well, they said it has to be semi-relevant. We have to justify it, but they're very lenient in what they do. It's there's
Clown school. It's a goddamn circus here. That's why I'm justifying it.
there's this website called Udemy, and they have hundreds or thousands of online courses. So everyone seems to be taking Intro to Data Science, and I think it's a free course. But the thing
seems
is,
like something that you probably should take. Actually, isn't that like a hot area?
yeah. But if you just take an intro course and you don't take it any further, there's no point.
Yeah, I mean that's fair. That's fair. Like you're like I took an intro class to data scientist, and now I'm running the data program at Google.
Right. It's a 45-minute intro course to a vast field, so it's not doing anything. So we have Slack at work, and people are when you take a course there, you get like a certificate, and people are posting the certificate, and everyone's like, "Oh my god, look at you! That's amazing!"
By the way, I looked up intro to data science, and this Udacity thing. It's Udacity, you said, right?
Udemy.
Udemy. Oh, I see.
Udemy.
Oh. I guess this is a competing program.
Mm.
It's a free course, though. As you're talking, I'm going to learn to become a data scientist.
It's probably the same free course. It's 45 minutes, and it's whatever.
Should I sign in with Google or sign in with Facebook?
I don't know, whichever company you'd rather spy on you.
Okay, I'm kind of fine with either one.
Okay,
but I think I signed in with Facebook. Okay, go on. I signed in with Facebook.
So everyone's posting these courses, and I'm just getting annoyed because I know all it's doing is giving my boss a bonus, and so I decided to take a course, and so I took Managing Anger and Frustration in the Workplace. And I posted it in the Slack group for everybody to see. And I just heard like one by one people giggling in the cubicles like as they saw my post. And I printed it out and I posted it in my cubicle. And so I decided to just go full troll mode and just take like bullshit like my boss is a dick classes.
That's fine. What else did you take? Or that was just
That's the only one I took so far, but I have a few lined up. I don't know how far I want to take this because you
want to keep your job until you find a new one?
Right, but there's one that's called How to Quit Your Soul-Sucking Job. I kind of want to take that. And there's another one that's 16 Ways to Tell If Your Boss is Toxic.
Okay.
So I don't know how ballsy I'm feeling because, I did post it for like everyone to see. So we'll see.
Maybe a course of like how to avoid shooting everyone at work?
Yeah. When you're really when you're really feeling like mowing down your coworkers, how to keep yourself in check till the end of the day.
Jay, we saw this course you're taking. Can you please justify your course entitled "How to Deal with a Boss That's a Cunt"? Because I'm not sure if I really like that title.
I mean, I totally have a whole explanation if they call me out on that one.
Should we cut to this, Jay?
Sure.
Jay, come into my office. Did you know?
Oh, you still have an office. Mine got taken away last year.
Yeah, yeah. You
Okay.
should realize that we're taking away your office and
Happiness.
your happiness,
Yeah.
everything that we're trying to make you not a person anymore. Anyway,
I'm almost
before
there.
we go into your courses, I want to tell you my golf game. I was an 87. I've got my golf to an 85.
Oh,
And
you
the
can
other
afford
day,
golf. That's
I
good.
got an 80. Shut the hell up. I got an 84, and I don't care. I don't care. I don't care what the hell you say. It wasn't a double bogey, and so it was an 84, my personal best. I posted it on Facebook. Why did you not like that on Facebook, Jay?
You said you were at a business meeting though.
Yeah, that's my business meeting. Again, shut the fuck up.
I worked till 11 o'clock at night that night.
Good. Yeah, good. Keep working.
You didn't even
Anyway,
review my work.
yeah,
So
I
I
will
stayed
view
late.
your work. If you want me to view your work, put it on a golf ball.
Well, you said
Anyway,
don't leave until it's done, and then I stayed late to do it, and then you didn't look at it.
I was just worried you'd show up at the golf course, so I made you stay in the office. Now shut the hell up again. Why did you not like? I thought I put up my 84, my personal best, my PB. I put it up there on Facebook. Why did you not like it, Jay?
Do you not understand emojis? Because I put an emoji there.
I don't know who Emoji is, but I imagine he's an Asian person that works in data science. Anyway, Jay, I want to understand. Okay, so tell me. Let's move on to the purpose of this meeting.
Oh, there is a point. Okay, good.
Yes. Well, how do I look in these pants? Do you like pleats?
I don't know what a pleat is.
Pleated pants. What the hell's wrong with you, Jay?
I think that's out of my pay grade, sir. I can
Oh
only
my God, you're so frustrating. By the way,
I can only afford Lee jeans.
you took a course in what is this? Anger management.
Yeah, managing anger and
Why
frustration.
are you
in
so
the
angry at
workplace.
home?
At home? No, I'm not angry at home.
Your course says you're angry. You must be angry at home. This is the happiest place on earth. Your job.
Oh! You think that this is home?
No.
And
home.
when I go to my apartment, it's just a break from work. Is that
where you sleep at night?
Mhm.
And if you were a good worker, you'd be sleeping and working here, but you don't because you're a lazy do nothing.
Yeah.
Now tell me again. How do you think my butt looks in these pants?
bossly?
Okay. So anyway, your anger issues. Are you dealing with them?
I sort of, yeah.
Why are you not a data scientist? Everyone else in this department is now a data scientist. Why can't you be a data scientist?
Well, I didn't know in 45 minutes you could be a data scientist.
Well, apparently you'll never know because you didn't take the goddamn course.
No,
you don't care about this company. You have no future here. This is Jay. Do you know this is a giant company? And you know what happens to giant companies? Your soul gets sucked, so you become a good person. Your soul gets all the crap that gets out of you. The soul, the goodness, all that leaves you, and what's left is a perfect person.
My course was 90 minutes.
I can understand why being angry about that. Are you going to take the data science course or not?
How big of a bonus do you get if I take that?
Bonus? I'll tell you a bonus. Your bonus is you get to keep your job when you leave here.
I don't know if that's really a bonus.
Well, it's a bonus to me because I get to laugh when you leave. By the way, 12 people in an apartment, they quit. You're going to get all their work, and we're going to take $5,000 away from you for a year.
Just like last year, then.
And scene.
Did I tell you? Did we talk about how I got in trouble for emojis the other day?
We talked about it last show, I think.
Yeah. There's so many ways I get in trouble.
Your company, does your company like to save money? Because I found it a good way to save money.
I don't think they. Well, they keep talking about belt tightening, so go on.
Okay, I have a good way to save money.
Mm-hmm.
So there's another company. I've mentioned before on the show my annoyance with like kind of the venture capital world of companies that all lose billions of dollars, but they don't seem to make money, but they're worth so much.
Right.
And Uber apparently loses like $4 billion a year, but they're still a very successful big company. Do you know they found a great way to save money?
What's that?
They are saving now $200,000 a year by not having balloons at events. They were spending $200,000 a year, and the balloons were things for like people's birthdays.
I mean,
they were spending $200,000 a year on inflatable fucking balloons.
Can you imagine how much money your company must be drawing in to have a $200,000 balloon budget. Like it's
$200,000
probably
fucking balloons.
it's so much that we probably can't even comprehend it.
The only way it makes sense to have to spend $200,000 on balloons if your next stage in Uber is transporting people via balloon.
Like like rating agencies where a company has like a AAA rating or whatever.
I've heard of rating agencies. Did you know any?
Maybe. So some companies pay over $1 million a year to have that rating. How much
to have the rating?
Just to have a rating.
So if I'm like, hey, I need you to rate me, not rate, but rate. I'll give you $1 million to rate me. Am I going to get a good rating if I pay you $1 million?
Not anymore, no.
Oh, because I thought that was the entire thing that brought down our economy was that whole thing of people were like, I have this product that I'm selling. I need you to rate it, and the company's like, well, it's kind of a shit product. We're not gonna. Okay, I'll go to a different rating agency and pay them. And the other one's like, oh, I need your business. I'll give you a AAA, and that fucked up the whole economy.
Kinda. It's not allowed anymore. I'm just saying. Can you imagine how much money your company must generate if you're paying $1 million just to get rated?
That's a lot of money.
That's a lot.
You know the guy in this world of insane stories. You know the company WeWork? You heard of that one?
Yeah. Every time I look for a job, that company pops up.
You should apply there. They apparently have billions of dollars. They do you know that they're now the largest landlord in New York City?
Really?
Yeah, New York City, the home of real estate, the most expensive place, one of the most expensive places on earth. They are now the largest landlord.
Wow.
For people that don't know their business, they basically rent out commercial spaces and then subdivide those spaces to like smaller tenants. So they'll rent a space that's for like they'll guarantee 15 years to the landlord of a huge space, and then they'll divide that space. Let's divide one space into like 30 spaces and like sign short-term leases.
Interesting.
So the we in WeWork had been trademarked, which makes sense. Any company will trademark their
Wait.
We'll trademark them. Yeah, the weird, nothing weird, nothing that weird. They use the word "we" a lot, and they use like it's "we work," "we other things," and they call themselves "we." And so I guess the way the "we" is written, they've trademarked it. It's not just the word "we," but I guess it's the way. It must be the way the "we" is written. But anyway,
W-E?
W-E. Anyway, so apparently they're going public, and they've revealed that they had to pay $5 million for that trademark, which. You have a trademark, maybe you have to buy it, so you pay a lot of money, and they have a lot of money. Does it make some sense to you?
Yeah, I mean, if it's your identity and you don't want somebody ripping it off, okay.
So do you know who they paid the $5 million to? This is where it gets funny. We, the company, paid $5 million to the guy that founded the We company for the trademark. The guy was like, I found a company, and the company's going to pay me $5 million for the trademark I just came up with. This would be like you, the founder of Brink of Sanity, charging Brink of Sanity $5 million.
Right.
Fucking insane. Apparently, there was so much backlash that he had to give the money back because it was like too embarrassing.
Yeah, it'd be a little less blatant about you thieving millions of dollars.
Yeah, which also is kind of like apparently like the company, all these like these big tech companies try to like they're like we're changing the world, and they have this big thing, big like mission statement we work about how they're changing the world. You know, I don't trust your mission statement when it looks like your founder is a goddamn criminal.
Right.
that's fucking. You're just like taking investors' money and just like putting some of your like skimming some off the top and putting it in your back pocket.
Yeah.
That's some fucked up shit.
There's a lot of that going around.
So you know what's also fucked up?
Tell me.
Scams.
Yeah.
I thought I was the victim of a scam the other day.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. So I got a check in the mail.
Mm-hmm.
Out of nowhere, it's from the United States Treasury for like $400.
Okay.
Well, at first I thought it was like $8 because there was like apparently it like said 400, but it said it said interest $8, and I only saw the $8 part, and I was like,
you're already like halfway to the bank.
So I thought it was $8, and I just looked at it like a check. I'm like, why the fuck is the U.S. government sending me $8? But if a check for $8, what you even ask questions? You just cash. You're like, whatever. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
But anyway, so signed it. Actually, my wife had to sign it also just because we're both on it. We file our taxes jointly, as Jay knows, because he's a CPA. Anyway, so I'm going to deposit, and like I put it in the machine, the ATM, and it says $400, and I'm like, it seems like a really large check for the government just to be sending me. So I hit cancel. I'm like, what the hell's going on? So I do a quick Google search, and it says like for like large unexpected check from the government, and like it comes up that like there were scams associated with that. Even there's like a warning on the IRS: if you receive a check that you did not expect, don't just cash it.
Okay.
The two basic things that it could be from doing it. The one option is someone filed a tax return in your name, and they might have accidentally sent the return to your address, but had meant to send it to their address.
Mm-hmm.
Though that wouldn't make as much sense because I've already filed my taxes this year. But maybe they did some kind of other filing, or it's a fake check. The bank accepts it, and then they call you and they say they're from the IRS, saying the check was sent to you fraud, like accidentally, and you have to like return it, or else you're going to be fined, and like they scare the shit out of you. So those are the two basic scams I found online, and so I wanted to call the IRS and find out what the hell's going on.
Yeah.
So if I want to call the IRS, how do you call the IRS, Jay?
1-800-IRS. I have no idea.
Yeah. I mean, I expect you not. Like, but you go on the IRS website, and you find a phone number, and you call it. You call it during the hours that they say the hours they're operating. Do you think you get someone?
I think it would be very difficult to get somebody.
It is fucking impossible these days to get anyone on the goddamn phone. You call anyone. People don't exist anymore when you call for like customer service.
Yeah.
It is like insane trying to get people on the phone. You have to always go through like 17 different prompts where they're asking you questions. You're like, I don't fucking want to answer these questions. I just want to talk to a human being. What's your issue today? I can't talk to a human being. That's my issue. I want to talk to a goddamn human being. So I kept being on like some kind of loop on the IRS where basically I'd press like they'd say I'd follow a couple prompts and I'd do something, and then I'd just be stuck in an automated system where it would be like choose one or two. You choose two or one, and it leads you somewhere where it's just a recording, and they're like, okay, goodbye.
Mm-hmm. I've been there. There's nothing more frustrating than that.
I had to find a fucking cheat code online to get. I looked up how to get someone on the phone at the IRS, and there was a 10-step process that I had to follow to get someone on the phone, including at one point they ask you to enter in your social security number. They say don't do anything. They'll ask you a second time. After that second time, a secret, I don't know if it's secret, but a secret like new set of prompts comes up that you didn't expect to come up, where you press one of them and then you finally get a human being.
Oh my God.
It was almost like fucking solving the 99 life thing on Contra, basically. It was so absurd to get someone on the goddamn phone. It took me a half hour to figure out how to get anyone on the phone at the IRS. On the positive side, it was not a fake check. It turns out there was some kind of like change in the tax law where I was fined or basically something where I was charged money I should not have been charged for that I now got back when the IRS fixed it. So it was like a lucky day for me.
Wow.
Yeah. So basically your black cloud.
Yeah.
It has a friend that's a happy cloud that's apparently been over me.
Yeah, I'm getting like gaslit by my managers, and you're just like getting free money.
Oh,
Seems
that's
reasonable.
not all the free money I'm getting.
Of course.
Of course, because I have another free money story.
Okay.
You know those class actions where they're like, were you ever at Sears for the last 37 years? Well, we're suing them for not saying hello to you when you walk in, and everyone's gonna get $1.50, and the lawyers will get $18 million.
Mm-hmm.
You know those like class actions. You
Yeah.
ever been part of those?
Yeah.
So I got something in the mail about some class action, and it involves Caribbean Cruise Line, but it's not going on the cruise lines. It's getting like a telemarketing call from them, where apparently they did something where they pretended like to do a political survey or something, and then they turned out they're trying to sell you a cruise.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, gives the fuck? You just hang up to those things,
Right.
But apparently, like they also have like enter your number in this database, and we'll tell you if your number was in their system. So I entered my number's in the system, so I sign up. And what do you get when you sign for those class actions? You get like a check for like $1.26 in the mail, right?
Yeah, I mean, the doc and I got into one for Stuytown because they illegally increased our rents like 100. I mean, one year they raised it $400.
Okay, that sounds like a pretty good one. How much did you end up getting?
We ended up getting. We were there for 3 years. We ended up getting $120.
Okay, that's pretty good actually. But you actually
That's
had
not-
also paid rent and like lived there. Like,
They
you had
illegally
actually,
raised rent $400 a month for an entire year, and we got $100.
well, they raised rent for $400. Not $400. They didn't raise it $400 after $400, but like $400 for the year.
No, $400 a month.
Like an extra $400 every month.
Yes.
So an extra $5,000. Is that right? Yeah.
Yeah. And we got $100. So
Okay.
it seems reasonable.
So this one, I got a couple of phone calls. That's it. I barely remember the phone calls, but I think I got them. You know, I got home the other day. You know how much I got? $200.
So you got more money than I did for getting overcharged by $5,000 because you got a couple phone calls.
You know what the best part is?
Hmm.
They said this is the first of 2 checks.
I hate you.
I don't even know what the second check is. I don't know. That second check could be 12 cents. Who cares? I got $200 for doing fucking nothing.
This is
I know the
ridiculous.
lawyers probably got a ton of it. This could be. It's probably it's as bullshit a lawsuit as possible. But thank you.
You know what that means?
What?
I'm going to get a mystery bill for about $300.
The federal government calls you and goes, Jay, we've noticed there's a mistake in your taxes, and we have to give $400 of your money to Mark.
Yep.
Wait, are you so? Yeah. It's we figured it out. There's something with where podcasts like co-hosts get money from the podcast host. Sorry.
I'm just like paying you to be my co-host at this point.
Next time you try to go on a vacation, they'll be like, wait, why do I have a Caribbean cruise tax? I'm staying in Maine. I'm not even going to a cruise. Sorry, sir. Your next vacation was we have to send money to Mark. I'm sorry.
Awesome.
Yeah. So your life is, you have this miserable job where they just like keep trying to kill you. And the world just keeps sending me money.
Okay.
I figured this would make you feel. I wanted to cheer you up. That's all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it didn't really work, but okay.
But you know what? Maybe you'll get a raise tomorrow when you go to work and tell your company that they shouldn't spend $200,000 on balloons.
Yeah. Or maybe if they just got rid of that lady who does nothing, and we talked about that off the air.
Yeah. There's a lady you can explain.
She takes 3-hour lunches and then she does personal web design for the other 5. And
You should be like, listen, I'm going to save the company $80,000. I just want 10 of it. This woman, worthless. Can I have 10 grand?
Well, that's what I was thinking. If they just got rid of her, they could give everybody else in the department an extra like 8 to 10 grand.
Yeah, that would be worth it. That would help. That would be a boost for morale.
Yeah, a little bit.
I got a new theme song for America.
Okay.
I didn't come up with it. I know we're changing topics like
Rapid fire, that's fine.
rapid fire.
Maybe we'll get to bed before midnight tonight.
Yeah. So it's a theme song that was my son just came up with the song and was singing this out loud, and I feel like Donald Trump would appreciate this song.
Okay.
He just started singing, and again, I'm going to preface this by saying, children do not see race, or they don't really care about race. They don't have these racist bones. They don't think about things the way we do.
Mm-hmm.
My son, who's had observations, like he saw a wedding photo of me with I had a friend who was black, and he asked me if that was Martin Luther King Jr. He also made the observation once that all his daddy are all my nannies brown, which is correct. They have been. It's a weird observation that he's made.
Well, son, they work for 1/3 of what white people work for.
So he sang the song. I am a American. You are an African. I am a American. You are an Asian. Do you want your son singing that going around?
You know your son's going to sing that like the first day of school.
Well, I wasn't with him. My wife was like, she had to like shut him up immediately. She's like, no, do not sing that. He's just like, I am an American. You are an Asian. You are African. And you're like, I mean, that could be right. Well, son, everything you're saying, there's nothing wrong with what you're saying. It's really what's wrong with society that makes your song bad.
You know he's going to sing that and then they're going to say, where'd you learn that? And he's going to be like, Daddy said it to me.
We sing that at home before breakfast every morning.
His kids just make up stories sometimes.
Yeah, exactly. So I thought that was
That would be a fun parent-teacher conference.
Why is your son singing about Africans and Asians? Well, again, ma'am, I don't think he's just pointing out what people are. It's just identifying. He's not saying he's making no judgments because he has no judgments. He's pure. He's innocent. You're the hateful individual that puts judgments on things.
That's okay. So you're prepared.
I'm prepared for that. Bring the fucking pain, woman.
Yeah, I could see that being an issue, even though, yeah, you're right. There's like nothing. He's not putting adjectives in front of it, right?
No, he's not saying anything wrong.
He's not adding like filthy or.
It'd be like if you walk around the city and you just point at someone and goes, "You're black." There's nothing they really like. You haven't said anything wrong. It just sounds wrong.
Yeah, yeah.
If they said, "You're white," you just go, "Okay, stranger just talked to me. That sounded too witty for me to respond. I'll see you later." But it wouldn't be so bad. But like that, anything with like you're like it's connected enough to like some minority that has. It just sounds bad.
There's also a difference between if your son did it and then if like you did it.
If your son does it, it's excusable. They don't understand how the world's a horrible place. You're an adult. You understand the world's a horrible place. You're doing it. You're just being an asshole.
Pretty much,
yeah. Yeah. What else is going on with you, Jay? Hey, I have a question for you. If I want to leave a voicemail, where do I call?
You just record it and then you email it to thebrinkofsanity@gmail.com.
But you've been giving out a number for a long time. What's the phone number, Jay?
I don't remember.
I think it's like 637. What is it?
No, it's
you goddamn know the number, Jay.
It's somebody else owns it now.
Jay apparently has been giving out this number. At some point, this was the Brink of Sanity's phone number.
Mm-hmm.
Just like at some point, Brink of Sanity. What was the one you lost on Twitter? At Brink of Sanity 1.
At Brink of Sanity.
Yeah. So and then now you have at Brink of Sanity 3 because you lost it.
Yeah.
So Jay has lost our Brink of Sanity phone number now, which is also the phone number I think for the Nick show, right?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Was. It is now the phone number for Intercontinental Hotels.
Yes.
So
I didn't lose the Brink Twitter. I willingly gave it up.
Why would you give it up? It's free. I don't understand why you gave that up. You're like, I don't need this anymore?
Well, because we started.
But why would you give it up? You have it. Like, it's not like you have to, like, there's not like, okay, if I want a different Twitter account, I've got to give this one up.
Because we started the Nick show.
The other guy who took the Brink of Sanity Twitter from you put 2 posts up 17 years ago, and he's going to keep it. He doesn't give it up.
This was before apps were like a huge thing. So it was more of a pain in the ass. You had to log out and log back in if you wanted multiple accounts. So we started the Nick show. So I changed Brink of Sanity to Nick of Sanity, figuring we'd combine the Twitter accounts. And then I realized it went poorly. I realized there's completely different audiences and neither one wants to hear about the other one. So I went to get it back and some guy had instantly grabbed it and tweeted twice and never again.
Why didn't you just sign out of that one and just keep it and just sign into the other one? Like, why give it up?
Well, because we were doing both shows a lot and it was a pain in the ass to sign in and out. And...
No, but say just don't sign into the other one anymore. But why actively give it up?
I figured I'd be able to get it back if it didn't work out.
You figured wrong.
I definitely figured wrong.
And now we can't get our phone number.
Twitter's also a complete liar about how they go through all the counts and if they're not active, they get rid of them. That's a bunch of garbage.
Do you think we can call Intercontinental Hotels and ask for our phone number back?
Do we really want it? We got like one voicemail a year, and it was usually Steven threatening to kill us.
I want to. Can you dial the phone number? Can we call them now?
Well, what do you want to? Okay, I guess I could.
Yeah, what's up? Then don't we have like the ability to call them?
Yeah, we could
Okay, let's call them.
Okay. Let's see. Here we go.
I want to ask for our fucking phone number back.
We're not going to hear it ring because Skype's off.
Thank you for calling Intercontinental Hotels Group. To ensure high-quality service, your conversation may be recorded.
They're recording us, Jay.
Okay. Is that it?
Is there like a prompt like you have to press a button?
I didn't hear them say press anything. Did you?
I thought maybe they're telling different things to you. Like it doesn't usually. It's not like a recording of like you've reached Intercontinental Hotels.
It's not even set up for anything. They don't have a voicemail either. They just bought the number.
They bought the number, but there's no like. It doesn't go anywhere.
We're still on the line with them, by the way.
I know we're still in line with them. I'm trying. Okay, what's the phone number?
631-676-1181. How did they get the number? I don't understand. Like, it's not connected to voicemail or anything.
I don't understand. Intercontinental.
It boggles my mind how they just have the number and it's not doing anything. It just announces that they own this number. It's like actively trying to mess with me. You forgot to renew this number. Now we have it, and we're doing nothing with it. Goodbye.
Yeah, I want to find another number for them.
And ask them for this number.
Yeah, I want the fucking number back. Maybe find someone at corporate.
I think you're like the only person that cares about this number.
I want our fucking number back. Okay, here, general inquiries. Can we try again? It's Intercontinental New York Hotels. I got the number 212.
I'm gonna remove this one.
What happened?
No, I just removed the other one. It was on for like that whole time.
Okay, dial 212 803 4500.
Get to the bottom of this. Again, Skype.
Thank you for calling the Intercontinental New York Times Square. If you know your party's extension, you may dial it at any time during this message. To reach guest room reservations, press 1. For sales and catering, press 2.
Who's going to know more about this?
Desk, press 3. For lost and found, press 4.
Maybe 4,
to
lost and
request
found.
a folio or other accounting inquiries, press 5. For the Stinger Restaurant, press 6.
Lost and
For
found.
security, press 7. For human resources, press 8. If you'd like to speak to an operator, press 0 or remain on the line.
I'm pressing 4.
If you know the extension of the person with whom you wish to speak, enter it now. To speak with an operator, press 0 or stay on the line.
Can you press the number, Jay?
I've been pressing 4 the whole time. You didn't hear that beeping? Well, I guess we're getting an operator now.
Okay.
Thank you for calling Intune Services. How may I assist you?
So I have a problem. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. So I'm with the Brink of Sanity. We're a podcast. And we used to have the phone number 631-676-1181. But now when you dial that phone number, Intercontinental Hotels picks up. And we want our phone number back.
Okay. I wouldn't know what to do about that. I'm the operator of the hotel.
Oh, can you connect me to someone that can get me my phone number back?
I'm not sure anyone on property at this moment could get you your phone number back.
Is there anyone
I'm
else
not
I
sure
could
why.
anyone else I could speak to who might know more about getting phone numbers back?
No, I would probably Google it. Or maybe I'm not sure why it's rerouting your number to the hotel. But there's no one here that can help you with that.
So what do people usually...
I don't know. We don't,
Gone?
What do you usually do when you take phone numbers?
I don't know. She seemed like, you know what, like the way she was sounding, I was like, she hates her job. This sucks.
Yeah, she was having none of that.
She was like, I don't want, come on. It's 10 o'clock at night. I'm a fucking operator. Do you know the only person that hates their job more than me is this guy that works at this Brink. Oh, same podcast. She just didn't like that. Dude, should we call someone else about the phone number?
I think we should just, every episode, we should just have an ongoing journey trying to get our number back.
It would be great if we could figure this out.
Yeah.
Who else? How, like, is there anyone, like, who's in charge of phone numbers? Do you want to call Skype? Though you might lose your Skype account if I call them.
Well, we don't have a number for them to take away.
That's true.
We'll try that next week.
Okay, we'll try that next week. What else to do with you, Jay?
I'm just.
I have a question for you, Jay. So,
I love
so
that you always ask
I wish
how
Bri
I'm
was on
doing
this question. So so Jay, Bri, and I went to the Met game. We'll talk about the next show when Bri is on. But I came up with this theory when I was talking to Bri before we met up with you. I've noticed. So you have certain things, certain quirks, and one of them is that there's nothing wrong with being, or obviously nothing wrong with being attracted to Asian women. You're very attractive when you have an Asian girlfriend. Totally makes sense. But your theory for your attraction is you spent a lot of time working with Asian people, and that's why you attracted them, right? Do you want to explain your theory to people?
That's how I developed my. That's when I realized I was really into them, when I was working
immersed
with them
in
all
Asian
the time.
culture.
Yeah.
So what was the story? You worked at an insurance office or something?
It was like an accounting firm, but like 75% of the women there were Asian.
And you spent so much time with them that you were like, before then, you're like, Asian women do nothing for me. But at a certain point, you're like, my God, these women are beautiful.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay. And Asian women can be very attractive. I found your theory funny. I am wondering, you've heard of Malcolm Gladwell, like the 10,000 hour thing?
Yeah, and if you do 10,000 hours in something, you become an expert in it.
Yeah, so I think for you, if you spend 10,000 hours with anyone, you're attracted to them.
So you're coming around to my theory here.
Yeah, no, I'm thinking that, like, you currently hate your boss, but if you're there a little longer, one day you're going to turn to your boss and go, I love you.
Or maybe I'll just be an expert in hating my boss.
It would be great, though, if you had, like, a counter where you knew how many hours you're up to, and you were like, shit, I'm here for 7 more hours. I'm going to fall madly in love with these people. God damn it!
I just keep taking sick days to get out of it.
Yeah. You're like, why are you looking for a new job? Because if I'm there any longer, I'll fall madly in love with everyone in the office.
So that's what you guys were doing before we met up? Just ripping on my theory?
We were just coming up with theories about you, yeah. It's really what we like to do best. It's like talk about you.
So, yeah, it was like a not recorded version of the podcast.
Yeah, actually, I thought it was pretty good. I thought the 10,000 hour joke was much funnier without the podcast being recorded.
I think we're just about out of time. So, did you have any other stories you want to do before we go?
No, I did see some unusual vending machines. I was on vacation recently. I saw a vending machine where you could buy like a fresh like bouquet of flowers. Which seems like a weird vending machine, right? At the airport.
That is a weird vending machine.
So I guess like if you're greeting people, obviously you can get flowers to greet them, which makes some sense. But like, how many people are going to fucking buy flowers from a vending machine? And then there was another vending machine where you could sell your cell phone to the vending machine. They would scan it and on the spot give you money for your cell phone.
That's also very strange, yeah.
Just a series of like weird vending machines. And then I was talking to someone about that. Like, they were like, yeah, speaking of that, at the airport, who the fuck has $500 to spend like on a vending machine on electronics? You ever see those vending machines where they sell electronics?
Yeah. Some people just have stupid money.
But it's also like, is anyone really like walking by and going like, oh, let me buy an iPhone from a vending machine?
Yeah, that is also like a little bit sketchy.
Yeah.
I have a lot of money and I feel like being really irresponsible with it.
Yeah. Oh, look what they have the vending machine. I'll try to get everything. And like I remember growing up, also vending machines. Like if you knock them a little bit, you can get an extra a pack of cookies or something.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if you're like hitting it. I wonder if I hit it just the right way, I'll get an extra pair of Beats headphones.
When I was a kid, I always went to a bowling alley on Fridays, and I'd say 95% of the time there was quarters in the payphone, and they had a little arcade, so I always got to play a couple free games of Ninja Turtles. It's pretty sweet.
Yeah, awesome. Memories.
Yeah, I miss arcades. I guess we're done, right?
Yeah, I think we're kind of done.
All right. So we didn't quit the show.
We didn't quit the show, so that's good.
Yeah. So hopefully that was not terrible.
Yeah. No, that was fine.
I think it was good.
Do you feel? I have a question. When you like hang out with someone now, do you feel a need to send like a text afterwards to like say like, "Hey, good time"?
No.
Because I noticed you did that like after the three of us went to the Met game. You sent a text to us being like, "Hey, that was fun."
Yeah.
I've noticed people do that now. Like I never back in the day I never hung out with someone then call them afterwards and be like, "Hey Jay, oh I just saw you at the movies. We went together. What's up? I just want to say it was fun going to the movies with you."
Yeah, I don't know. It's probably because I think that was like I hadn't seen Brian in like 10 years, so I figured it's feeling nostalgic.
No, it was it was a fun time. But I've noticed, and I'm not really making fun of you as much about like I've noticed people do that more now. Like you'll hang out with someone, then afterwards they send you like a text being like, and then I'm like, do I have to send thank you texts to people for hanging out with me now?
Yeah, I usually don't.
Have you noticed? Have you noticed this before?
No.
Okay, maybe I'm coming up with my own thing.
I mean, I don't hang out a lot anymore with people. By the time I'm done with the work week, it's like I just want to mope on my couch now.
Yeah, I mean, mostly like I say I don't want to like talk to strangers. I don't even want to talk to people I know half the time.
Yeah, that one time I called you, just like, really? The phone?
I was confused. I thought maybe you just like accidentally called me, or maybe you were on fire. Like you're like I've been locked up. They've taken me for ransom, and I figured, Mark, I'd call you because why not?
It is crazy how seldom we talk on the phone to like anybody.
There was a comedian who had a joke about it, going like he was saying, and I think I might have even said this joke on the phone on the show before, but it was like he's like calling this thing. He's like holding up his iPhone. He's like calling this a phone is ridiculous. He's like the phone. The phone is basically a rarely used app on this thing.
Yeah.
He's like calling this a phone is like calling a BMW a cup holder.
Yeah, I mean my girlfriend calls me all the time, but that's pretty much the only person who does.
I guess my wife calls me the most, but like even us, we even text.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Like sometimes you're looking for, like, you're meeting up with someone and you're looking for them and you'll text back and forth to find each other, when the most logical thing to do is to call them, because waiting for someone's text you can find them is like idiotic.
Yeah, it really is.
But you've totally done that, right? You've totally just texted someone to try to find them.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, you know what would work better if we just called each other? It would have been more efficient.
Yeah, you text, where are you? And then you got to wait for their response. It's like...
I wonder if the people, like, at some point, like, obviously texts were at some point were invented, right? At some point, the cell companies, one of the companies, they were like, oh, you know what, boss? You know how people can call each other? There's a way for people to just send messages to each other. Do you think at that moment they were like, and this will end phone calls?
I don't think so. I mean, if you remember when they first came out, you got like 100 a month.
Yeah, the number was really low at first, I remember.
Yeah.
But it wasn't that like they had that TI-9 thing or whatever. It was hard. You couldn't type that fast.
Well, actually, everything was limited. It was like you got 200 minutes to talk the whole month unless it was after 9 p.m. So like nobody talked to each other until 9 p.m. Like cell phones were just weird when they first came out. Yeah,
it was like you could talk. But those only certain like during like regular hours. Like you could talk all you want on the weekend and after 9 p.m. But some people were grandfathered into the 8 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
So they had like a little more like, hey, I can do my unlimited minutes starting at 8 instead of 9.
Yeah. Yeah, but it was so few during the week. Like, you had to have, like, 2-second phone calls or you'd go over.
Yeah, like someone would call you and be like, okay, just get to the point. Okay, I'll talk to you later.
We're old. Half the people listening is like, I have no idea what these people are talking about.
Yeah, it really was like a dramatic. We've seen the evolution of cell phones, and it used to be that you weren't carrying a computer; you were carrying something for the purpose of calling people.
Yeah, now they're just distraction devices.
Right? Yeah, you're carrying. Like the fact that it can make phone calls is like the least needed part of it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
All right. So, yeah, I have another work story that I want to save for when Bry's around.
You still don't want to do the podcast of Work Hates Jay?
I mean, I probably should.
You could do a 5-minute podcast. I think you could just do it yourself. Every morning release it. I think it would catch on. Like the ultimate story of like instead of having like those like give me motivation, it'd give me motivation by hearing about your job.
I mean, something really does happen to me pretty much every single day.
I think it'd be entertaining. I mean, entertaining in the sense like, yeah, I think it'd be just entertaining.
My thing is, like, if I do it, I feel like I'm accepting the fact that I'm going to be there. And I really just...
I'm invested in the misery.
Yeah. All right. So we'll be back next week. Bri should be
Do you think
joining
there'll be a phone number by then that we can call to get our show?
I mean, we'll try. We'll go on a hunt.
I'm asking all the Brink and Sanity fans, can you please call Intercontinental Hotels and ask for our phone number back?
Yeah, we need it.
we had one call a year. Now we're not getting that phone call.
We haven't gotten a death threat from Steven in a while, and it's probably because the number's gone.
Probably because he's threatening Intercontinental Hotels as we speak.
All right. Goodbye, everybody.
My love. Goodbye, everybody. It's all over. Goodbye. It's time to go. This is the end. Say goodbye. Go away. I'm gonna leave you. It's the end. Goodbye. Goodbye. Just leave me alone.